All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time yet again for more NASCAR Busch Series action on the channel. Tonight for you, we are at Watkins, Glen on NASCAR 08 for the Zippo 200 82-lap race. Another longer race that is close to a Cup Series race length on another road course. Back-to-back road courses on the schedule. We had a very long race yesterday, which took place at Boulder Raceway Park. We finished in second place in that Busch Series action. Big pickup from where I was the last time I raced at Boulder Raceway Park, where I finished 11th. Didn't quite have a car that was capable of winning the race. Dale Jr. ended up leading about half the laps in the race, got the race win. We led about 33 laps. We led a couple different times, one of which was on strategy. I was really good on the short run, but the long run I faded. Hopefully that's not the case here today. I did qualify better than I did yesterday. We are starting on the pole, and I did win the truck race at Watkins Glen last week on the channel, so now it's time to try to win the Busch Series race this week. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Let's get this Wednesday night started. I'm excited for this one. I think we're going to see a lot of incidences. It's going to be a crazy race. We had quite a few yesterday. I think we're going to have more today in a shorter race. Green flag is in the air. We're underway. And we'll see if we can get the victory lane at the Glen with Martin Truex Jr. looking for win number 15 on the season. And I almost overdrove the first corner. Had J.J. Yaley not been there, I would have went wide. Making contact with his car, I was able to hold on to mine. Try not to do that again. I'm already pressured from behind. Good qualifying effort for Denny Hamlin. Dale Jr.'s up here. Obviously, he was the quickest car yesterday. We're probably going to see a lot of incidences taking place. I can all but guarantee it. We had 10 cautions in an 82-lap truck race here. Same distance for this race for the Busch Series, so I'd expect there to be some yellows yet again. I don't know where I ranked in speed on practice. I didn't look at the overall practice times, but I had some speed glitches, just like I had yesterday. So hopefully we don't run into any during this race today, but no guarantees. There we go. A little bit wide in turn one, but I kept the car straight, so that was the big thing. Hopefully I can start to pull away a little bit. Especially with Dale Jr. up to second, because he might be the guy to beat for the second consecutive night. Wade Bamhall, thanks for tuning in. Need your opinion on something? Well, I mean, just ask. Don't have to ask for my opinion. Just ask away. I'll get to it eventually. We'll see if I have an opinion on whatever your subject is. Actually, if it's anything about the Tigers, I honestly don't even know what happened in that first game earlier today. I forgot they were playing a doubleheader. I don't know who Mason Appleton is, I'm not going to lie. Thoughts on his deal? Yeah, I don't even know who that is, so I couldn't give you anything. Never heard of him until just now. No more silly mistakes. To be honest, I didn't really make any mistakes yesterday. I got dumped early in the race, but oh man, power sliding a little bit. Could be worse. I've noticed I do that when I try to turn and brake at the same time. I have to. That's what was helping me on the old tires keep up with Dale Jr. yesterday in the Busch race. We were on the wrong side of strategy on a couple different occasions yesterday. I was literally doing everything I could to just try to leapfrog the field. That was the big thing. But that's because I didn't have the fastest car. Here, I've got the track position. Now I just have to keep it. A little squirrely. Once I got into the gas, I actually kind of straightened the car out that time. Ran my fastest lap, though, of the first 4. So I did something right. Still off by about 9/10 of a second from where I was in qualifying. I'll get back to that eventually. Hopefully. Got about 0.8 of a second lead through the S's. I already have a PS5. Yeah, I've had a PS5 since the winter. Got it around, well, on Christmas, actually. So, yeah, I'll be ready to go for NASCAR 25. Don't you worry. Came from the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, I don't really know much about the Winnipeg Jets. Probably why I've never heard of them. They weren't that good this year either, so maybe another reason why I haven't really known of them. We can drop down at the bottom of the racetrack. I'm not hurting the car by going just a little bit wide on that excess pavement. There's some rumble strips up there, but it doesn't feel like it's slowing the car down much. They actually added rumble strips up there at Watkins Glen last season in real life, too. So this track is probably more realistic to what it is now than what it was at this time. Except for turn 5. There's no runoff there still. It's all grass. They didn't add that in until, gosh, was it 2009? I think they added it in sometime during the Car of Tomorrow era, which we're pretty much in. Not here specifically, but we run some of the Car of Tomorrow races. Because I know that Gordon Hornish crash and all that bad one, I think Newman was involved in that area of the track. I think they had the excess pavement then, and that was 2009. Fastest lap of the race again. All right, picked up quite a bit. I'm still about 1/10 of a second off from where I was on my qualifying lap, but we're getting there. 5 laps complete. Oh! Okay, the rumble strip slowed me down a lot more that time. That was weird. That time I was on the rumble strips and I felt like it just slowed me down so much and I couldn't turn the car. The wall turned my car. Luckily, it slowed me down before I hit it, that it really didn't do too much damage. It looked like I should have had a lot more damage than what I actually did. Marlins have won 8 in a row. Crashing the car. I don't know what happened there. I don't think I've ever done that here before. I was so far wide in the rumble strips that the car just didn't turn. That was so strange. It's almost like the game took over. Now we're fine. We got a 1.3 second lead. Do I think the chicane is needed at the Glen? For stock cars, yeah. That's the whole reason it was for safety. Wasn't it J.D. McDuffie who passed away? Because of that, he lost his brakes going into turn 5. But there was no chicane before that. Or his throttle hung or something. Power slide over in turn 1. Yeah, that'd be a little interesting if NASCAR used the longer track. I mean, the circuit they have now works for stock car racing. just like the circuit that they have at Sonoma works better for stock car racing. When they tried the original layout of the racetrack, that is, I mean, with the carousel, there's too many tight corners. Slows the speeds down so much. Because these cars have little downforce. Even with the Cup cars having as much mechanical grip as they do now, they still have little downforce, and because they're so much heavier, you have to slow the car down so much compared to other motorsports. Like sports cars that run their open wheel, they have so much extra downforce that they're able to just carry so much more speed through those corners, so it makes it more efficient. You can make more passes there. With stock cars, it's not really the case. Except for restarts when everybody's bunched together, then they're just kind of short tracking it off, bouncing it off of each other, which I guess can be entertaining at times, but a lot less incidences too. Car went straight again. Wow, that's so easy to do. That's the second time I've done that. I just lost the lead now. All over Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to get the lead back. I didn't hit the wall that time, but it nearly slowed me down to a complete stop. When I was running over that area, it almost felt like I was driving through sand. There's no sand up there, but how did we get through that bus stop side by side without making contact? I was scared Dale Jr. was going to run me off the racetrack. We're still side by side, and now we're clear up out of turn 5. So now we're going to have to grow this lead right back out again. We had about 1.3 seconds on him until now. Shahir Gaming, thanks for tuning in. Hold back a sneeze. And if I do sneeze, I hope it's on a straightaway. Oh, wow. Car got light. I caught it. I'm surprised we're caution free through 10 laps. My Wednesday went by pretty quick, all things considered. No news is good news. You know what? I just reminded myself, I meant to put something in the community tab earlier just to give you guys more of a heads up. There will not be a stream tomorrow. I have to take it down. I'm going to be busy after work tomorrow with fireworks going on and stuff. So I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow night. I actually knew about that when I went to create my schedule. It was another date that I kind of forgot with the 4th of July. Kind of the same reasons that I had to move the start time up for that stream on Friday. We'll still be streaming on Friday, but I'm going to have to take tomorrow off. Caution's out. First time today, lap 11. That might have been longer than any green flag run that we had at Watkins Glen in the truck race. What happened here? Oh, man. That was a hard hit. He was coming in hot. Is that the very last car? Look at the debris just laying on the exit of turn 1. Suarez not returning to Trackhouse next year. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday briefly. I'm only surprised because Connor Zilic is a rookie in the Xfinity Series. I mean, you'd have to imagine that he's going to be taking Suarez's place. By the way, we're staying out of the pits there as we're only 11 laps into the race. Keeping our track position. Everybody else staying out of the pits too. But, I mean, performance-wise, I think Zilic definitely has a brighter upside. And on a performance basis, you know, next year, for instance, to be a rookie, as I overdrive, I can't get it to turn. Wow. I did that on the initial start. Go. The car just does not want to drive out there. I blew the initial start too and did the same thing, but I didn't hit the wall because JJ Yaley was on my outside. I only made contact with him. I can't believe I did that. Gosh darn it. Led every lap up until then. Now I'm buried. We got a lot of cars with damage around here. I'm sure we'll get some more yellows for debris specifically. That one's on me. I'll tell you what, it's hard to talk about something multitask. I make it look easy a lot of the time because I don't make mistakes like that very often, but the minute I do, it's like maybe I should just like shut up and focus on the corner. It's hard because I want to engage with you guys in the chat, but then something like that happens and I look like a doofus. I think I do have the quickest car in the field. Getting through traffic is obviously not easy on road courses, especially being back in traffic as much as I am. Let's talk about Daniel Suarez. But anyway, next season specifically, Connor Zilic in that car, I think he's just as capable of winning a race as Daniel Suarez just because he's that good on the road course. Now, Daniel Suarez could steal a win on an oval, theoretically speaking. But when you look at the tracks that he's won at in his NASCAR career, he's never won on a traditional oval in the Cup Series. He's been in the Cup Series for a really long time. We know what we're going to get out of Daniel Suarez. Like, Daniel Suarez, I think, is at his ceiling in the Cup Series for where he's at. I mean, he's been in the Cup Series since 2017, and he's only won 2 races. And he's already had years where he's been in better equipment than what he's in right now, but then you look at Ross Chastain, who is in not great equipment. You know, got his spot at Trackhouse, and he's winning a lot more races compared to Suarez, as I just turned myself again. I don't think I can talk about Daniel Suarez while I'm racing, because apparently my car can't handle it. Wow. Turn 1 is getting me today. It's carried too much speed on entry again. I'll figure it out. Just give me more laps. I didn't make a mistake like that in practice the entire time. Didn't make a setup change from practice to qualifying. Qualified on the pole. I guess I've had more green flag laps on my tires now than what it was in practice, and that's the only thing I can think of as to why I'm overdriving turn 1. Because that's twice that I've done that now. We're at the tail end of the pack. I can't pit for fuel or tires either. Jack Suarez joined Junior Motorsports before the end of 2026. Trade spots with Zilic, essentially. That's possible. He's already won an Xfinity Series championship, so I mean he's a good driver in the capability of that, but I think with what you've seen in the Cup Series with him, we've pretty much had his ceiling. Some people might not like this, but comparison-wise, when it comes to results on the racetrack, I feel like him and Austin Dillon are kind of in that same boat. And Austin Dillon, sadly enough, does have a little bit more longevity because the team he's at, you know, he's racing for his grandpa. So he's always going to have a seat at Childress, versus Daniel Suarez doesn't have those kinds of ties. And I definitely think he had far more of a chance of staying with Trackhouse had Pitbull been along the whole time. And he's gone too. And yeah, writing's on the wall. And now it's, you know, confirmed that he's leaving too. So there's also that. I'm still on the same fuel strategy as everybody else, and I've just lost track position. We've got a long time to get it back. Oh boy, and they're almost wrecking in front of us. buried in traffic right now. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping for some debris yellows. Hey! Look at that! Asking you shall receive. Got some debris yellows. That wasn't my fault. That wasn't that far from where I was, I don't think. I didn't see any debris laying around, though. Same corner. Was he behind me? No, he wasn't behind me. He was in front of me. I did not see that hood. There were a lot of cars running that piece of debris over. Okay, so now we can pit. We're definitely not going to have an issue with going over my allotted set of tires. Hopefully I'm the only one to come in. Most races called by Adam Alexander for the Cup Series? Yeah, because I think TNT only had 6 races back in the day when he was calling Cup races for them. I mean, he's been practically doing the full Xfinity Series seasons and a lot of the truck season when he worked for Fox there for quite a few years, really. Mid-2010s. So that hasn't changed much with him doing all the CW races for Xfinity, but between that and now 10 weeks during the Cup year, I'd say he's on the road a lot, but he's, you know, been back in the studios in Charlotte for some of those races with the CW. So he's not traveling every week, so maybe he's not too jet lagged. But got to keep that throat, keep that voice 100% healthy. Yeah, so nobody came in to pit with us. We're going to be ahead on fuel and tires. We'll probably get some more debris cautions. That's our 3rd yellow of the day. Green flag back in the air. Lap 25 this time. Still got 3 sets of tires left the rest of the way. See how many spots we can maybe jump into turn 1. Three wide up in front of us. I really didn't give many spots there. I only got 2 of them. Might be able to get a 3rd in the S's. Nope. Never mind. Yeah, I only got 2 spots. Ah, wow, that curve. Oh, man. Oh, man. I got nailed. That guy had nowhere to go. That was the guy that already had all that damage from before. His hood's probably going to come off now. He kind of straightened me back out. That was weird. I hit the curb and the car just wanted to loop around on me. It's realistic. I've seen guys do that before. I haven't felt that sensation in this game on a road course before, though. Till now. I'll tell you what, it's more of a struggle than I thought this race was going to be. I don't know when everybody else is going to pit, but if they do it under caution, we could cycle to the lead and be on slightly older tires. I think they're going to end up pitting under yellow. I doubt they'll pit under green. We'll probably get some more cautions. Oh boy, almost had one there. Somebody flailed out of line late going into the bus stop. Caution. That was right before all that contact I had going through there. We had a yellow simultaneously. The hood of the car behind me fell off. All right. Get me out of traffic. This is a pain in the rear. We're going to have to monitor if they end up staying out. I'm topping off on fuel. If they pit this time, I'm staying out. I'm just going to do the opposite, get our track position back. We only went about 2 laps there, so that's all the older my tires are. All right, they're all pitting, staying out. And we're in the lead again. We got a little bit less fuel, but only by a couple laps. See, it all worked itself out. You know, we're good. Time the yellows out right with the pit strategy. Tires are relatively good. Let's not mess it up this time. You don't have to worry about overdriving the car in clean air. Not chasing anybody. I'm out of the eye of the storm. We're only on lap 30. We've seen 4 or 5 cautions. I've lost count. I've had a lot of them already. We had 10 of them in the truck race. That was 82 laps, so I expect to see about the same here. That was not a great set of corners. I kept it on the racetrack, but I definitely could have gotten through there a lot better than I did. Still got about half a second gap. I really pulled them going through the bus stop, and I don't know how. Probably because I carried so much speed going through it. All right, come on, man. I got to get it together. I am driving like dog shit right now. I mean, this is bad. This is a bad performance. I was driving perfectly fine in the first 15 laps of the race. But all hell broke loose. Now I'm doing that. Hope they have more hours of the Rolex 24 on USA Network. Yeah, they really didn't have much last year. Most of the race was on Peacock, and I was kind of surprised about that. I'm also surprised that they really only had like 2 or 3 hours of it on NBC. I thought they would have had more than just like an hour at the start. They only had like 1 hour at the start and then the last 2 hours at the end. No, I didn't adjust the car. I think the car's fine. I'm just overdriving it. I'm making mistakes today. I'm not blaming the car. It's got to back up the corners a little bit better. Honestly, with a road course yesterday, I thought I was going to be perfectly fine. For today's race, it's been quite the opposite. I had a worse handling car yesterday. I feel like I was driving way better. But I think it was that capability of knowing that I had to be perfect yesterday to keep my car in line, and today I don't. So I'm overstepping it, trying to get even more out of it when the car's already fast. I just got to take care of it more. Yeah, I'm driving like a rookie to me. But again, we're fine. Whatever happened already, we can put it in the past because we have track position. I have like 2 laps less of fuel, but I don't think that's going to hurt us because we're going to catch more cautions. We should be able to save those couple laps of gas and ultimately be back on the same strategy. The idea is that hopefully we can make it on 1 more stop. And it's a 2-stop race, even for when I pitted, which was a couple cautions ago now. And they pitted under the last yellow. It's probably about 5 laps difference of fuel, 2 laps of green difference. So if we stayed green for like 25 laps, which I don't think is going to happen, but if we theoretically did, I think the restarts are the big thing. I've messed up on the restarts twice now. I get through turn 1 pretty okay on not restarts. There was that one time I didn't, but I held on to the lead. Just got to nail the restarts. The last restart was perfectly fine. By far my best one. Especially in turn 1. I got to the bus stop a little weird, but still worked out for me. Car gets really light, that transition of the banking there into turn 5. That's the most banked corner on the track. Maybe not the biggest elevation change. That would be the S's. Basically climbing up the side of a mountain. Really cool looking in person. Scenery-wise, that's my favorite area of the racetrack in person. Get a great view of it from the main grandstands on the front stretch. I'm sure turn 1 obviously as well. That'd be pretty cool to sit in turn 1 just because you got the cars coming at you, but I feel like you could see a little bit more from the front stretch because you can see more of turn 7 and turn 6. There's very little of the racetrack that you can't see if you sit on the main front stretch and sit high enough up at Watkins Glen. You can't see the bus stop, but you can see them getting into turn 5 because there's an opening where there isn't as many trees, and then they disappear on that next long straightaway, and then they exit turn 6. You can see that all the way through 7. You can see quite a bit of the racetrack. And then they disappear when they get to the top of the hill out of the S's. Which for a nearly 2.5 mile road course, like I said, that's pretty impressive. We might get a speed glitch because we're coming up on somebody who blew an engine. This could lead to a caution. I'm really hoping that car gets to pit road, but I don't think he's going to before we catch him up on the outside. David Reagan. All right, he's going to get to the pits pretty quickly for the most part. Los Angeles has... I think you're thinking of the Coliseum. Because Fontana did not have that. That's different, though, because the Coliseum was literally a football stadium. There's no bus stop at Watkins Glen, then turn 5 would be a lot more dangerous. There's the whole reason they added it. We talked about that earlier. Somebody else mentioned that in the chat, oddly enough. The 2-second lead opened up. I believe this is the largest lead of the race. As I slide through turn 1 again. I'd rather do that than go wide, because at least I'm quicker going through there like that. The problem is I'm going to be burning these rear tires up at some point a lot sooner in the run. It's not the most efficient by way of tire wear. Ooh. Time I got loose. And turn 1 and turn 7 are just... My car gets really light. Could probably make a wedge adjustment to try to help me in the right-handers, but then I'm probably going to be more loose in the left-handers. I don't want to be too tight because I do that every now and then. Well, that's how you give up a 2-second lead. Just like that. So quick. Not going to be an official lead change until Kenseth leads at the start-finish line, but... Get back by Jeff Burton. Oh, there was a hole there. I was thinking about going for it. Jeff Burton going to pull alongside Matt Kenseth. Big run. Oh, Burton! I thought he was going to go up the middle 3 wide. Oh, he got me back. Drive away from him. Look out. Power slide through turn 1 again. Look out, Kenseth. Got him. It was a weird way to make that pass, but we got it. Only lost the lead for a lap. Big block. Big blocks. Don't hit me. Okay, they didn't hit me. We're good. I'm so scared I was going to get ran over by either one of them. I'm going to pull away again. I just got to get back in the corners up. We had a 2-second lead for a reason. Break the draft down here. Kind of scraped that inside wall. That didn't do me any favors. There's a fine line of not wanting to go too wide because then the car just doesn't want to turn anymore. And I was pushing the issue that last time getting out of turn 1. But that wasn't too far wide because the car was still turning. I'll tell you what, when I can roll turn 5 perfectly, I feel like I really put some time on him. I did right there. Yeah, I'll be streaming at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday for the 4th of July. Dale Jr.'s back to 10th. I thought he was going to be more competitive in this one. I mean, we still got half the race to go. He was up in 2nd earlier. So upset with myself that I keep doing that. It's clearly not hard to do because I've done it too many times. At least 4 or 5 times in this race. Now I'm side by side in the bus stop, which I don't want to be. Big old power slide. We're good. One of the 216 cars. Yeah, take my time getting by him. Don't push the issue. Let me down to the bottom, please. He didn't give me enough room. Well, we got a caution anyway. I should be in 4th. I was ahead of him. We had a caution behind us. Right at the halfway mark. Like I said, I forgot how many yellows we've had. That's either number 5 or 6. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Shahir. Casey Mears debris caution, I'd assume. Sometimes it shows the debris falling off the car under the cautions, and sometimes it doesn't. Everybody staying out of the pits at the halfway mark. We shouldn't be all that far outside the fuel window, but far enough that everybody stays out there. Green flag back in the air, and we're going to restart at lap number 39, or not lap 39, lap 44, 39 to go. Power slide. I didn't lose any spots. Trying to set myself up so I can be on the inside into turn 5. I just gotta hope he doesn't run me off the track in the butt. Well, he outbraked me in the bus stop, so I guess I'm gonna be single file going through. Well, hang on. Hang on. Oh, I'm gonna be on the outside. They'll give me that. Try the over-under. Man, he had a great drive through that corner. That was job well done by Matt Kenseth. That's why he's a former Cup Series champion, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting great acceleration out of the corners, even when it feels like I'm backing the corners up a bit. Not right there. Clear him. There we go. A little bit of a pull in the draft off Denny Hamlin was helping me. Oh, he shoved me out of the way. Oh, you dirty SOB. That was him that time. I did a good job. And he said to hell with that. It knocked me into the fence. Now I lost 4 positions. Matt, oh, well, now we got a yellow. I was going to say, Matt Kenseth's got one coming for him. You're not going to send me like that. Have 0 expectations of me getting back to you. Oh, I'll get back to you. I don't forget. Caution number 6 or 7. You have to let me know in the chat if you know exactly how many yellows we've had, because, like I said, I forgot. We had a lot of debris yellows early. Then we've had a couple of green flag runs that were longer than 10 laps, but other than that, they just kind of stack up one after another. Everybody should stay out of the pits again. So we'll spam through this. And we got a chance to get more spots back. Green flag back in the air again, lap 49. Protect the bottom. Oh, Dale Jr.'s down in the grass. I shouldn't be in here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. A little bit of contact. That could have been a lot worse than what it was. That was very minimal. I got hit from behind. Keep it straight. I think Paul Menard hit me. Somebody hit me. Looked like it was Menard. I'm just getting beat around by other cars right now. I lost the lead. That was my fault. But these last 2 restarts, first Kenseth sent me in turn 1, and now Paul Menard in the bus stop sent me. I'm not going to do anything to Menard because he's a teammate, but I was in 3rd, and then Matt Kenseth decided to run me off the track in turn 1. Jeez. They checked up. I was locking my brakes up because they were all stacking up going into the first turn. I didn't want to run into them. Drifted my way around 2 cars. Halfway through the fuel run at least right now. I still have full confidence that I can win this race. I'm not worried about being back in 9th right now. I'm sure I'll find myself back in the lead on either strategy, or I just got to make sure I don't lose a bunch of pit stops or a bunch of positions during pit stops, whether that be under green or caution. Otherwise, I'll be all right. But too far wide there. really backed up turn one that time. Make a pass. Try to get like 1 or 2 passes a lap. At least while we're all bunched together still. Positions are a little bit easier to come by. Back to where I restarted on this most recent restart. 8th place for Paul Menard knocked me out of the way in the bus stop. Casey Kane just drove it up into the wall behind us. Good little run on Dale Jr. Got by him. All right. Whoops. We're good. We're good. We're good. That wasn't a very successful lap. I mean, it was by way of gaining 3 positions. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, I do that once and I do that for a few corners after the fact. It takes me a bit to get back in a rhythm. The electric slide going through turn 1. Only these cars aren't electric, so. Or like the heavy horsepower, heavy fuel burner slide. It doesn't have as good of a ring to it, though. The gas guzzling slide. I'm so sorry, Biffle. Oh, I deserve that. I deserve that. Yeah, he was going to make sure he got me back. And I don't blame him for it. 30 laps to go. Hang on to her. I'm quite literally driving the wheels off this thing. Matt Kenseth trying to make a pass for second on the other 16 car. They're side by side in the bus stop. Slow each other up a little bit. Truex and Jeff Burt closing in. Good set of corners by me. Kenseth's up to second. I'm the reason why he's back here in the first place. Or he's the reason I'm back here. I had that ass backwards. Oh, no, don't spin. Don't! Oh, we did not need that right there. Are you kidding me? Oh, what's Casey Kane doing? Caution's out there, buddy. Spotter didn't let him know. Oh, man, that's a big mistake. With 30 to go, we don't have a lot of time left to try to make that back up. I don't think anybody's going to pit here because I don't think we're inside the fuel window either. Which is probably better if that's the case. Oh, we're all coming in. Well, I technically shouldn't pit for fuel or tires, but I'm gonna. Forgive me, chat, for going against my rules of causing the caution and pitting for fuel and tires. I'll probably end up losing some positions because I haven't repaired damage, though. I don't think we're going to make it on fuel to the end from here unless we get a lot of yellows, though. I think we're outside of our window, but everybody's pitting, so we shall see. It's one of those situations where I think if we end up having to pit again under green late in the race, we're definitely going to go splash and go, but This might become a fuel conservation race here to the finish. Hopefully they gave us that spot. They did. All right. Actually gained, no positions. I was in 5th when the caution came out. We're still in 5th. So no positions gained or lost. Green flag back in the air. We're right on the edge of the window. We're at 26 laps to go. '16 drove it off into the corner. Big time run. Got one spot on Casey Kane for 4th. Backing up the bus stop. Nobody run into me. Oh, Jeff Burton going for the lead on Denny Hamlin. What a run. He's got it. I think it's the first time Jeff Burton. I don't know where Matt Kenseth went, but I'm glad he cycled behind me because I don't want to see him again. Little contact there. Try the over-under move, a little bit of a slide. Look at that drive off, though. We still got Denny. One more to get to Jeff Burton. Oh, I had to lift. Carried too much speed into the S's. Couldn't hold. Oh, we might get him back, though. He did the same thing the next corner. And we are side by side for the lead with 25 to go. I'm backing out of it. Oh, I'm sorry. I sent Jeff Burton. Don't wreck him. Don't wreck him. Yeah, we're good. We are good. I'm so sorry, Jeff Burton. Get him in turn 5. I don't know how he held that. All right, we're in the lead. He might hit me back. Biffle did the same thing to me earlier when I kind of knocked him up out of the way. Nope, he was patient with me. Give me a couple more. Oh, nope. Yeah, I deserved it. I deserved that. But we are going to hold on to the lead. I was scared. I had to drive it in there deep because I didn't want him to send me up into the turn 1 wall. Kenseth did that to me earlier for no reason. He already hit me the corner before that. Says, let me drive away, please. I want no part of this. I can't get away from him. I'm surprised these guys haven't been running each other off the track much in the bus stop today. A lot of the cautions we've had were mostly poor debris. .23 to go. I'm doing all I can. I just got to be patient. In the lead, don't overdrive the car. If I build a gap on them, I won't have to worry about them running into me. Great set of corners. if it goes green to the end of the race, again, we do not know if we're going to be good on fuel. We restarted with 26 laps to go. We're right on the edge of the window from where the last caution came out, but everybody pitted at the same time, so we're all on this same strategy together. It will make things interesting. Got to get to at least 13 laps to go before we can hit halfway out of gas. And obviously, if we don't, we can still catch a couple of cautions. A little bit over a 1 second lead. We've had as much of a 2 second lead at one point. Not gonna lie, a couple of cautions would at least make it safe for us for fuel, but these restarts have been wild today. $20 to go. I'm locked in now. I was making some mistakes in the first half of the race. I'm not making any mistakes anymore. My car might slide here and there, but I'll catch it. I'll be all right. I found the edge already, so. As we learned from yesterday's road course race on old tires, this thing's going to want to slide on me a little bit more as the run goes on. I'm not as bad on older tires here for grip as what it was at Boulder Raceway Park. At least by way of speed, it's not taking a lot of speed out of it. I think I scraped the wall right there. It was very light, so it didn't really cost me any speed. Back in the gas just a little too soon there. It's all right. It wasn't bad. I get back in a perfect enough line for entry and exit through 7. Still ran my fastest lap of the race. 68.848 that last lap. So they would have an access road off of turn 6 too. I didn't even realize that till going wide over there. I only did that one other time earlier, but that was because I had a little bit of contact with another car too. Battling for position. I think we're still going to lead the most laps in this race. Like, I've led a lot, but there's also been quite a few moments where I haven't been leading. But we've had quite a few different leaders whenever I've not been leading. Denny Hamlin has probably led the most if we haven't. But especially if we lead to the end, I'd like to think that we should get a max points day with a win. If it stays green to the end, it's definitely going to be the longest green flag run of the day. I got 15 laps to go this time by. I've only gone 10 laps into the run since the restart. Still needing this to stay green long enough for us to make it on fuel. I should say stay green, it's just to make it on fuel in general. So if it stays green, that's going to be the toughest. But everybody's in the same boat. Obviously, we're faster than everybody else, so I'm probably burning a little bit more fuel, but it's kind of hard to save and stay in front of everybody, because our lead's not very big. We were just kind of put in this spot, unfortunately. Definitely going to be as old as the tires are going to be if it stays green to the end with all the green flag laps on a single fuel run. We went, I want to say 11 laps at the very start of the race without a caution, and we're on the 11th lap right now of this current run. I'm not sure if that's the longest run of the race or not. One of the top 2 runs, for sure. And we started getting debris cautions, so. Guys are definitely still running over each other in the middle of the pack. Obviously, we can't see it from as far up at the front of the field as we are. And obviously, some other drivers probably still have damage from earlier, too. 2-second lead, 14 to go. All right, just got word from our crew chief that we just clinched the most laps led. Slide through turn 1 there for Truex. Looking for win number 15 on the season. Didn't get it yesterday. Runner up. Dale Jr. got his first win of the year. So now all 3 DEI cars have gotten a win this season. Junior's had a consistent year, second in points. And I think he's still in the top 10. Haven't seen him in a while, but last I saw he was in 7th. That was before the last set of pit stops. He kind of went backwards after the first pit stop of the race, too. We've got 2 sets of tires left, so if we would have to pit under caution, knowing that everybody's short on fuel, I would have an extra set there. But honestly, if the caution comes out, I'm not pitting. I can't give up the track position. If they pit behind me and do opposite, you know, I might be sitting duck, but I can't pit and then they stay out because I'm never going to get all the way through the field. Literally every car is on the lead lap that's still on the track. I just would not be able to make that much time up. We're right at 13 laps to go. I haven't hit halfway out of gas yet, so I think we're good. If I hit halfway out of gas anytime before the start-finish line this time by, we're still going to be tight, but I think we'll be good. Unless we go past the scheduled distance with a green-white checker, which could happen. Then we're really going to be tight. So I really hope that that doesn't happen, but we may be good. Might be able to go 30 laps on a full green flag run. We've had so many cautions that it was kind of hard for me to tell. Probably why everybody pitted when they did. 12 to go at the line. Still kind of fluctuating that lead between 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds ahead. All right, so now we're halfway out of gas. So, yeah, I think we're a lap or a lap and a half to the good on fuel to the end of the race. It's definitely tight. Like I said, if we go past the scheduled distance because of a green-white checker, then I don't know. I didn't want to say, but I feel like they're running me down just a little bit. I haven't really made any mistakes. These old tires, just to the end of these road course races on the Busch series at least, with Boulder Raceway Park. Found that out early in the year. That's why I finished 11th. Finished second last night. I was a little bit better with it. You're kind of seen a glimpse of it at Watkins Glen. I got through turn 1 perfectly that time. Kind of bridged a bit more of a gap. But it's harder to finesse that corner on the racetrack right now, considering where the car is currently at, by way of tire grip level and tire wear. Tire bust out. I mean, honestly, this whole lap has been perfect. This might be one of my faster laps of the race if I get through turn 6 and turn 7 well. Yeah, I think this is going to be a great lap. See where it times out. 10 to go. Okay, I was 9/10 off my fastest lap of the race. That felt pretty good. I feel the back tires sliding out a little bit from underneath me when I was trying to stand back in the throttle out of turn 7. Doing it again right there in turn 1. Some of that was getting in on entry a little too hot, though, too. I just never wanted to grip up. We just got to manage the gap. Again, it's not a big lead by any means. Just under a second and a half. A little bit wide out of turn 6. Still extending the lead a little. I got back on course pretty quickly. Didn't slide the tires that time through turn 1. That was pretty good getting through there. You're getting way better getting into the bus stop in turn 5, even though I'm not making a mistake in that area of the racetrack either. They're driving it in a lot deeper, and they're still holding the line, almost like they were still on fresh tires. Could be rubber banding with a speed glitch, too, because I opened it back up to a second and a half to 1.6 at the start-finish line every time. Denny Hamlin going for second. I don't know who he's battling with. There's not many cars out of the race. Again, still a lot of cars on the lead lap. We're still pretty tight on fuel. Again, we're only a lap to a lap and a half to the good. Casey Kane is who's battling Denny Hamlin for second with, and then Mike Wallace is in 4. Ty Kluber rounds out the top 5. Dale Jr. is in 6. Noah Howe, highest running fantasy driver, in 7th. Another fantasy driver, Campbell, in 8th. Jeff Burt, 9th, who led for a little bit early in this run, I believe. I didn't see he was rounding out the top 10 back there. Just gonna run my race. Might be a little bit better than me on the long run. They just got to know if they run into me and the gloves are off for them, they're off for me too. Jeez. It's a big power slide getting into turn 1. Six laps to go at the line. Still about a 1.5, 1.6 second lead at the line at least. Just that bus stop into turn 5 is where they're probably catching me the most, even though I'm pretty smooth through there, so I definitely don't want to make a mistake in that area of the racetrack. A lot better that time through turn 1 than the lap before. Should be getting down to a quarter tank of gas any second, really. Pushed a lot harder getting through the bus stop that time, and it actually stuck. got a bigger lead out of turn 5 than I have the last couple laps by a few tenths. Five laps left. Honestly, I've had a perfect final run of this race. Fuel's not an issue. As long as we don't go past the scheduled distance.
Keep an eye on that left front tire.
Left front wearing out a little bit into turn number 5. More right-handed turns than left-handed turns, so that's probably why. I was probably expecting the rear tires maybe to go a little bit first.
Pretty close to empty.
More so than the front. Now we're down to a quarter tank of gas left. .8 at the line. 4 to go. Keep it green. It's just been green for so long. I had no faith in this race going green for 26 laps to the finish. It's probably the longest green flag run I think I've had at Watkins Glen, maybe ever on an EA game, honestly. Any series. A little bit of a wheel hop in turn 6, not too bad. Regathered it perfectly through turn 7. And at the start-finish line, we've got almost a 2-second lead again. 3 to go. About a tenth or two quicker lap the last 2 to 3 laps. Turn 1 electric slide again. I definitely gave up a little bit of time there. Right. Both the left sides are going, all right. Right sides are still relatively, I would say fresh, but they're good. 2 to go. Man. Struggling for traction up in those rumble strips. Car wasn't slowing down much, just... I mean, everybody's struggling with grip, I'd imagine, at this point. Oh, man! Caution with 2 to go. Oh, boy, we're going to be tight on fuel now. That's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Green-white checker ensuing. It's not going to end the race. We might only have a 1-lap green-white checker, but now we're going to be tight on fuel. Debris, the hood of J.J. Yaley's car came off. His hood came off, and then you see it there, but I saw it on the track on the first replay. Wow. Crew chief recommends you pit. I'm not pitting. No, I mean we can't. We can't. We can't pit here. Yeah, the race isn't over. No, we're gonna get at least a one-lap green-white checker. Mike Wallace is up to second. I don't know if that's because some cars pitted. Green flag back in the air. I think we're gonna be good, but now we gotta survive the restart as we have one lap to go. Don't blow the corner. Pretty good. I went wide, but that was intentional. I was trying to stay away from the front bumper of Mike Wallace's car. Wallace hasn't won a race all season, and he's probably going to do whatever it takes to try to get the win. We got to make this thing wide. And we're going to be the toughest car to pass all day right here. I'll give him that lane. I don't want to give him another lane. Wow, he's driving it in so much deeper than us. Are you kidding me? Mike Wallace got it to stick. That's unbelievable. Turn 5, we're going to use him up. How did he do that? Now we block. 2 corners to go. Man, I thought he just beat me there. That was impressive. Sliding. A lot of right-left action going on right there, but we're good. We're going to survive the final lap green-white checker restart on fumes. Woo-wee! Man, Mike Wallace almost stole that race from me. Kudos to him. That was a job well done on his part. He did everything he could. If I didn't use him up in turn... I'll drive down here. I have more space to do a burnout in turn 1. Yeah! Not a lot of smoke over here, but... Get a little bit. Not much. Probably run out of gas here any second, too. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting some smoke. That was a pretty good race. Both road races were pretty good. We got our first road course race of the win. It took 3 of them, but we got it done. We're 2 for 2 at Watkins Glen. I won a truck race here, and I won this race. 8 cautions, not as many as we had in the truck race and the same amount of laps. Definitely had the longest green flag run I think I've ever had in an EA game at Watkins Glen. Usually they take each other out in the bus stop a lot. We didn't see that much today. For the most part, it was mainly debris yellows the whole race. 2 hours, 53 minutes total time of the race, 0.3 of a second margin of victory with that green-white checker, 22 lead changes. We led 50 laps out of 82. Like I said, 8 cautions, 69.67 mile per hour average race speed. So max points day. Mike Wallace in second, almost stole it. He didn't lead a lap, but boy, he came close. Case Kane finishes in third. Denny Hamlin fourth. He led 21 laps. Jeff Burton led for 4 laps, finishing fifth. Ty Cleaver in sixth. Dale Jr. seventh. Jay Campbell 8th, Noah Howe 9th, Jamie McMurray rounds out the top 10. Howe led a lap at some point too. The Biff led a lap. Our teammate Paul Menard finished 23rd. He was in the top 10 briefly. No laps led for him though. And everybody that finished on the lead lap. 39th. Bellotti, I wonder if he brought out that last... Well, probably blew an engine before the caution because it's lap 79, which would have been 3 to go. And we didn't get the caution until 2 to go. David Reagan, Sydney, Kennedy, Bellotti, DNF. 4 DNFs total. So 39 cars finished on the lead lap. That was a good little race at Watkins Glen. That was one of the cleaner races that we've actually had here, despite the fact I got beat around for a little bit. But all in all, probably could have expected that. I didn't run a perfect race, but I ran a good race. The final run, plus that last restart, was perfect. Mike Wallace had a more perfect restart than I did, but I didn't do anything wrong. He just almost flat out beat us. So the next race was supposed to be at Michigan tomorrow night. We will obviously still be doing Michigan for the next race, but it's not going to be until probably looking at Monday. I might do it before the Cup race Sunday or something like that to try to make it up. but it's not going to be tomorrow as originally planned. No stream for tomorrow night. I'm going to be seeing some fireworks, got a barbecue after I get off of work tomorrow evening. I had known about that barbecue since the weekend before I put the live commentary schedule out, and then just kind of completely forgot about it until yesterday. So I meant to put it in the now, and I mentioned it another time earlier in the stream as well, for those of you that were watching then. But if you're just tuning in for the late going, again, no stream tomorrow. I'll put a community tab post out in the morning, and then I'll take that stream down and make it private for the moment until I do make it public. I will be back on Friday for the NASCAR 08 game stream. That will be our cup race at Dover, which is scheduled for 2 p.m. Eastern on the 4th of July afternoon, so we don't counter-inflict with other fireworks action that you guys maybe want to see or what I may end up seeing in my local area that night. So I will be streaming afternoon, 2 p.m. on Monday, not 2 a.m., 2 p.m. And Dover Cup Race will be the next one. Card tomorrow, should be. Thanks for watching. See you next time.